Welcome to GINESYS release update for GINESYS version 11.42.1 compatible with GINESYS POS version 1.42.x released on 3rd March 2015. Today we are going to discuss about the enhancements released in this update. First enhancement in this release update is Sales or Transfer Order Wizard barcode wise has been introduced for outright sites. Previously, Order Wizard was available only for consignment sites, but that too article wise. GINESYS has now come up with Sales Order and Transfer Order Wizard barcode wise. Operator will now be able to create orders for multiple sites with various barcodes simultaneously. Please note, all the business validations required to create orders has been taken care in Order Wizard as well. Let's check the same in our software. We're in GINESYS back office, Sales and Distribution, Order Management, Outright, Sales Order Wizard. We need to select the scheme doc number and then click on Import Excel button. We need to browse the Excel and then click on Next. The grid displays the Excel data. We need to map the Excel with the following columns. And then click on Next. Please note, if any of the business validations have not been met, operator will be restricted to move ahead. Since all the validations has been met to create a sales order, all the rows are reflecting as valid. We can now click on Finish button to create sales order. Sales order have been created successfully. Sales order have been generated for respective sites. Let's view a sales order. Sales order have been generated for the respective items. Along with that, charge has also been calculated. Let's create a transfer order barcode wise. Sales and distribution, order management, consignment, transfer order wizard. We need to select the scheme doc number and click on Import Excel. There are two options in the import class. One is barcode wise, one is article wise. We will select the first option, that is barcode wise, and then browse the Excel. We'll click on Next button. The grid displays the Excel information. The information will be mapped. All the validation will be checked at this stage. Since all the rows are valid, we'll be allowed to create transfer orders. Transfer orders have been created successfully. Let's check a transfer order. Transfer order has been created. Second enhancement released in this update is option to create similar item and edit item has been provided in alternate item window of GRC. GINESYS is now providing an option to create similar items from alternate item window as well as an option to edit any item selected in that GRC has been provided. Previously, only Import Excel option was available for creating alternate items. Let's check the same in our software. We are in GINESYS back office, procurement, order management, good received challan against order. Let's create a GRC. Let's select an alternate item. A new button has been added in alternate item window, that is create similar item. Let's create a similar item. We are creating a similar item with different category. If we enable the option create and populate unique barcode against quantity entered, unique barcodes will be generated for the quantity entered. Please note, similar item can be created with different category, description, numeric detail or pricing details. Two unique barcodes have been generated for the item. In the item details window, a new option has been added for editing item details. Item information other than quantity, rate and discount can be modified using this button. Let's modify the description of the item. Item has been modified successfully. This is how similar item can be created and existing item can be modified. Third enhancement in this release update is Provision has been provided to filter transporter names while mapping with user in vendor portal. Operator will now be able to filter transporter names in user mapping screen of vendor portal. This will enable the operator to search and select the data in a more organized way. We are in vendor portal, user map. Let's edit an user. In the transporter selection block, a new option has been added to filter the transporter names. The transporter name has been filtered as per the given filter criteria. The similar filter option has also been provided while creating a user. Fourth enhancement in this release update is bill-wise outstanding report can now be viewed with or without site name. Previously, site name used to get reflected by default, which used to make the report lengthy, as site name used to get reflected with each and every transaction record. Site name viewing has been made optional. Operator who want to view the report with site name can enable the option show site name, and other operators can keep it disabled. Let's check the same in our software. We are in Genesys back office, finance, financial analysis, bill-wise outstanding. A new option has been introduced that says show site name. If this option remain enabled, the report will be generated with site name, and if this option remain disabled, the report will be generated without site name. Let's see the difference. First, we are viewing the report with the site name. Site name is reflected after every transaction record. Let's view the report without site name. Site name is not being reflected after every transaction. Fifth enhancement in this release update is site schedule can only be defined with unique values for service orders. At the time of defining site schedule, operator will be restricted from saving duplicate records for a site. This will ensure uniqueness of schedule provided site-wise. Let us check the same in our software. We are in Genesys back office, procurement, order management, purchase service order. Let's define an order. We have created two exactly duplicate records for site and site Kolkata. When we try to save this information, an error message will be displayed. Overlapping valid date range not allowed for same site description. Data entered in two different rows cannot be identical. Either the description or the validity range should be different. After modification of the description value, we will now be able to save the information. Hence, site schedule can only be defined for unique data. Sixth enhancement released in this update is Delivery Challan's barcode scanning option has now been introduced. Previously, there was no option to retrieve delivery challans using its barcode. Genesys has now provided an option to retrieve delivery challans by scanning its barcode or by selecting the same from the LOD. Let's do the same in our software. We are in Genesys back office, sales and distribution, delivery, delivery challan ad hoc. The last LOV which has been added will help us scan DC barcodes. We can scan the barcode or select the same by clicking on the LOV. We are scanning a barcode. DC has been retrieved by scanning the DC barcode. Seventh enhancement in this release update is alternate item selection will now remain disabled by default. Previously, allows selection of alternate item in delivery challan used to remain enabled by default at the time of defining a new user profile. Now, the option will remain disabled. The operator will have to explicitly enable the option in order to accept alternate items in delivery challan against order. Let's check the same in our software. We are in GINESYS back office, admin module, security settings, user profile. We'll create a user profile. Previously, allow selection of alternate item in delivery challan option used to remain enabled. Now the same will remain disabled by default. It can be enabled if required. Eighth enhancement in this release update is article name will now get auto-populated in case only single article exists in a department. Previously, operator had to explicitly select an article even for a single article under a department. Now article will get auto-populated after a department is selected if there is only one article belonging to that department. Let's check the same in our software. We are in GINESYS back office, inventory module, item definition, item creation. We will select a department. Article name has got auto-populated because there was only one article under the department casual shirt. In case there is multiple articles for a department, we will have to select the same from the LOB. We'll select a department. We had 3 articles for department formal shirts. In such cases, we will have to select the article from the LOB and it will not get auto-populated once the department is selected. Last enhancement in this release update is LGT number and date will now get printed in purchase invoice document report. Previously, LGT number and date were not provided in the report template. The same has now been provided in the report template. Operator will now be able to print invoice with LGT number and its date. We are in GINESYS back office, procurement, invoicing, purchase invoice. We will retrieve an invoice and try to view the report. The report has been generated with LGT number and date. These were the enhancements made in the current release update for GINESYS version 11.42.1 and POS version 1.42.x. Thank you.